In 2023, Team USA dominated the World Championship meet. They actually won 12 gold medals on both the men's and women's sides. But that's only half the story, because those gold medals were tied with the most medals of any color by any other nation in the world. They were led by Sha'carri Richardson, Grant Holloway, and Noah Lyles, who all won their signature events. And if it wasn't for the women's 4x4 botching a handoff in the qualifying rounds, they likely would have swept all the relays between the 4x1 and the 4x4 on both the men's and women's sides. The truth is that the United States is the winningest nation in track and field, not just in 2023, but for quite some time now. And although America may win the most medals, they are not really the best track and field team in the world. And the real reason is because the scales have been heavily weighted in their favor. And this is why. Now let's get one thing straight. Getting to wear the red, white, and blue to represent Team USA in track and field is a privilege and not a right for any athlete. Just hitting the Olympic qualifying standard in your event is likely not going to get you a spot on the team. In the men's 200-meter dash, the qualifying standard heading into 2024 is 20.16 seconds, and America had 16 men run at least that fast. Of course, Noah Lyles was the fastest, but David Dunlap was the slowest, running 20.16, dead on. If you consider that Noah had an automatic bye into the World Championships, which he validated, might I add, there are only 3 spots left on the team for Team USA. Qualifying out of America is so hard to do that you can fail to do it and still go on to break a world record that same year, because Kenny Harrison already did it in the 100 hurdles in 2016. So America doesn't just have a bunch of talented athletes, they also have some of the best ones. Noah Lyles is legitimately the greatest sprinter we have ever seen since Usain Bolt. And Grant Holloway in the 110 hurdles is arguably the most dominant the world has ever seen in that event. Ironically, he wasn't even the fastest American this year, heading into the World Championships. That would be Cordell Tench, who didn't win a medal in the hurdles, but Daniel Roberts did. Sha'carri Richardson won gold in the 100 to lead a team of women who ran up the medal count even further. And like I said, if it wasn't for that 4x4 on the women's side, they likely would have swept all the relays. When the World Championship meet was over, America had 29 medals in total. Remember, Jamaica was second on the medal count, and they had 12. So the numbers are undeniable. America wins way more than anybody else. That's not up for debate. And if I'm gonna be honest with you, America's been doing this for a while. Because since the 2000 Olympics, America has won the track and field medal count every single year. For all I know, it could have been even longer than that. I just got tired of searching it all up on Google. But like I said before, there's a legitimate reason why America wins so many medals. Because the game is rigged. America has over 330 million people to choose from in order to build their team. Not one nation in the world that takes track and field as seriously as we do has that luxury. And you don't have to believe me. The evidence is all around us. There are over 5,000 high school track and field programs, not including club teams, in order to develop talent. That is not to mention the over 1,000 track and field programs at the college level. The reality is that so many college teams are trying to fill out their rosters that some of them have to go overseas just to pull it off. Which is why, even at the D1 level, more than half of the NCAA champions are internationally affiliated. What I'm trying to say is that America pours so many resources into track and field that the rest of the world sends their athletes to us in order to take advantage of it. Because we spend so much money that we can't even use it all ourselves. Remember, I used to be a college head coach, so I know this to be true, that after all the international kids are off of the board, there are programs in NCAA Division II right now that are struggling to fill out their rosters for the next season. The World Championships don't allow every talented American to compete. That would be truly unfair, and their way of leveling the playing field is making America choose their top 3 athletes in each event. The only time that they might get 4 is if the reigning world champion is also American, granting them an automatic qualifying slot. The goal is clearly to make the championship meets as close to equal opportunity as possible. But you can't fix the fact that before the meet even starts, the USA Championship meet is basically a formal warm-up for the world itself in every event. Which brings me to the harsh reality that America can't really win the World Championship meet. Because when you see just how unbalanced the resources actually are, you realize that all they can ever really do is fail to win. Remember when I said that Jamaica was 2nd overall in the medal count with 12? They are all the proof you should ever need to see that the game is rigged. To clarify, Jamaica is a nation with a population size of 3 million people. America has 330 million and counting. If you're not good at math, that's more than 100 times the size. The only way to possibly make it a fair fight would have to be to have Jamaica face off with the city of Los Angeles. For the record, LA is bigger, but they're roughly the same size. Of their 12 medals in 2023, 3 of them were gold, and they did that with less than half the population of New York City. If you don't call that making the most of what you've got to work with, I don't know what is. And Jamaica, just like America, has been doing this for a while, because they gave the world Usain Bolt, who needs no explanation. And beyond that, they have the fastest woman in the 100, the fastest woman in the 200, and the winningest woman in the last 30 years. And remember, they're all 3 separate women. Kenya might not be the same size as Jamaica, but they still get the job done on the track with way less to work with. Their population is about 53 million, which is roughly the size of Texas and Florida put together. And they tied for 3rd in the total medal count at the Worlds, with 10, led by Faith Kipyegon. But this is what they do, because they're about as good in the distance events as Jamaica is in the sprints. They even put out the greatest 800-meter runner that the world had ever seen in David Rudexter. At the rate they're going, if Kenya were the size of America, they'd likely blow their medal count out of the water. And don't even get me started on Jamaica, because there is absolutely no possible way that a nation that small should be that good at any sport. I admit a compelling argument could be made that Team USA is the best in the track and field world. But let's be clear to tell the whole truth, because America has invested more resources with more firepower at their disposal than just about any other nation in the world to win in track and field. And you know what's funny about that? Is no American sports fan would ever tell you that track and field is what we're known for. The Olympics are coming, and no doubt Team USA will be ready to take on the rest of the world. But that is primarily because the odds are heavily stacked in their favor. In 2022, the men of Team USA swept the 100 and the 200 at the World Championships, but they still went on to lose in the 4x1 to Canada, of all nations. That can only happen if Team USA significantly underachieves. So going forward, their only options are to win or to win big. I know it is what they want, and it's what every American fan expects, because they've already put their money where their mouth is. And anything less than first place in any event that they enter has to go down as a disappointment. I'm Coach Rob, and thank you so much for watching this video. And if you want to see more content like this, then please like and subscribe.